And this is now over Advance. So at Advance, you are in the thick of this. So if you have us on, turn us up and get to your safe spot right now. We'll let you know when you're clear. If you are in the Crawfordsville area, you are clear. If you're in Newmarket, you are clear. But we are seeing some very strong winds with these storms and possibly some rotation within the storm system. The National Weather Service has issued this for portions of Boone County until 12:15. It's still 12:05. We have 10 more minutes of this. I'll go ahead and take a look at the storm relative velocity here. And we still look like we have a little bit of potential of some spin within this storm system. I'll go ahead and circle that area that we're looking at here just to the south of Advent. Now see, we just got a radar update here. I'll clear this off here.
Yeah, Kelly, we got a report of a funnel cloud a little bit earlier, so this was near New Ross, so west of this location, and so again, that was just a little bit earlier, and that's with that spin that you were showing there. So that's just a heads up there.
Okay, so we know that that is still, if they saw a funnel cloud, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a tornado, but we're seeing the rotation on radar. But we do know that these could be, they're much in a rotating, we have really good wind shear. We have a lot of good prime thermodynamics that we look at in the environment to see if we can have some of that rotation within the storms. And that is what we're seeing right here along this area where we have the reds and the greens kind of giving us that gate-to-gate shear. It's not really tight right now. However, we know that the cloud deck is low, closer to the surface. Then that gives us an opportunity of unfortunately seeing some of these funnel clouds taking shape and perhaps making its way to the surface. And that's when it starts to cause damage. And Sean already had looked at our debris detector, and I don't know, Sean, looks like I mean, on the leading edge, it's hard to say. It's very messy right now. The closer we get to the radar, we're going to likely see this getting a little bit cleaner, but right now a little bit of a dirty look here at this debris detector. So we'll take it off here and go back to reflectivity and kind of reset the scene here. This tornado warning in effect again until 12:15, and it does extend out into Boone County. So we'll go ahead and do a time lapse on this. And again, these storms are moving quickly. They should be out of Indiana here by 3 o'clock this afternoon, but we are going to stay with you if we have any more tornado warnings across the area. So extend this on out. And I'm not sure, Sean, if that was another warning that just came in. But we do have Whitestown, 9 minutes, and also Zionsville in 15 minutes, where we have that potential of rotation within the storm just to the east of Advance. This is going to be moving into this area. So if you are in this area, they just updated this polygon here. You can see that here. The area in the polygon, that's the area where we think the strongest rotation is within this storm. So if you're in Whitestown, Zionsville, please get to your safe spot. That's your basement or an interior room. Perhaps it's a closet, maybe it's a stairwell, maybe it's a bathroom without windows. Please get to that safe spot, as this is going to continue to push off to the northeast. And eventually we'll watch out to see if Whitestown is also going to be put into this polygon. It may just be in line with that. But again, this is in effect until 12:15. We still have about 8 more minutes to go with this one. So I'm going to put back on the reflectivity. We'll zoom back in here into this area where we see some of the stronger reflectivity here in this area. And this, of course, these are county roads, so might be some farmland through this area that's being impacted. 500 west to south 425 west in this area in Boone County as it continues to move off to the east. Now these are very quick moving. We'll get another update on the radar as another scan comes in. So this is going to continue to push off to the northeast. Again, they're moving about 55 miles per hour, and this is a long line that stretches really from northern Indiana all the way down to southern Indiana. That's why all of central Indiana had been put out for a tornado watch, and the watch means be prepared. We've been talking about from the Storm Prediction Center that you needed to take the time to figure out what your safe spot was. If you're at work, then you should know the plan. If you're at home, you should know your plan. These storms are along this very strong cold front. Once this gets past us, we'll be out of the severe threat. In fact, we're looking forward to a very nice stretch of weather. But until then, We need you to be prepared, get to your safe spot, all the way stretching really from Allen County and Fort Wayne, all the way down just south of Terre Haute. Terre Haute, you are now in the clear with that. I'll go ahead and put this in motion. We'll do the last 15 minutes with this storm system so you can see how quickly they are moving off to the northeast. And we still have that tornado warning in effect for the next few minutes for Boone County. We have a severe thunderstorm warning to the north of that. So we're watching out for perhaps some very strong winds on the leading edge of this storm system. With this squall line really taking shape, we're not seeing a lot of lightning, but embedded tornadoes within some of this. Unfortunately, we're seeing some of that rotation really shaking out today, Sean. We've been watching this for several days. The Storm Prediction Center put out their outlook several days ago, really just to give us the heads up. Yes, this does look like it's going to be a prime day for it. We have good ingredients for it. We have had this unseasonably warm and muggy air, dew points in the 60s. So we have a lot of those ingredients at the surface, and then in the atmosphere, we have a lot of rising air. We have so much strong energy within these storms that are unfortunately giving us some rotation. And even if you are in a severe thunderstorm warning, we still want you to take shelter, because within even just these severe thunderstorm warnings, there can be winds just as strong as a low-grade tornado. So Kokomo, you are also in line for perhaps some strong storms along the leading edge of this storm system. It's hitting you right now, Kokomo, moving over State Road 31, and it's moving into Roucheville and moving east of Roucheville at this point. Greentown, you're next in line. I know Kokomo and Greentown, you both got hit very severely this past Friday night, and unfortunately we're seeing another round moving through. So this is going to continue to march off. I'll go ahead and put the reflectivity on that so we can see really what the leading edge looks like. So we have these strong winds, that is, on the leading edge of this, moving off to the east. So that is where we have that severe thunderstorm warning. Could be 60, 70 mile per hour winds. And keep in mind, we have very breezy winds at the surface because this storm system, this area of low pressure, is very intense. And it's going to be moving across the Great Lakes area, keeping those winds very much up around 40 to 50 miles per hour, even outside of any of these storms. I'll put reflectivity back onto this storm system. We still have this severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Howard County until 12:30 p.m. and it does extend into portions of Tipton County. Sharpsville, you are next in line for this one, so please take some shelter right now for this one if you're in Sharpsville. Sliding a little bit farther south again, we still have the polygon, a wider polygon for the area for the severe thunderstorm warning here. That really does include portions of really a good chunk of Boone County into northern Hendricks County, but it's this area right here where we have that tornado warning that's in effect. That's where we think to see that some of that spin. I'm going to pause this because we're starting, it looks like it's getting a little bit possibly more intense, Sean. I'm not sure if you're seeing this. It looks like maybe we're getting some nice inflow onto this.
Well, I think a product that works pretty well, that kind of cleans up. We're definitely getting some shear around Lebanon, around Whitestown. Conceivable they may let this tornado warning be allowed to expire at 12:15. Either way, we could get additional warnings. Now, I want to show you this. This is live Doppler 13 radar. So we typically look for greens and reds next to each other in a tight ball. Not seeing real tight circulation right now, but when we use something that we call shear detector, it cleans up all that data that you were just looking at, and again points to the most extreme area over Lebanon right now. So it's possible, we saw this last Friday when we got into the reds of this particular product, that we were getting some wind damage. So again, it doesn't matter if it's a tornado doing the damage here, or if it is straight line wind. Now, one thing I do want to point out is if you are west of this line, the severe weather threat is over now. That would include Crawfordsville. That would include Lafayette. Eventually, it will include Indianapolis. But we still, until you can get on the backside of this line, there is still the potential for pockets of wind damage and these quick spins forming along the line here. So that means Marion, Indianapolis, Fishers, Muncie, Newcastle still in play, but behind the line, the threat is over. So the cold front coming in a little earlier than we were thinking yesterday, and that means the severe weather threat will end from west to east a bit earlier. But I suspect we're still going to have another couple of hours to go through. Other than the report of the funnel cloud at New Ross, thankfully we have not had reports of damage just yet. Let's hope that changes or does not change. They are allowing the warning to expire. There is a little kink there near Whitestown, and you're still under a severe thunderstorm warning until 12:30. And that also includes Lebanon. Advance, the severe threat for you is now over. Liston, it will be over here shortly. But Brownsburg heads up, Zionsville, Westfield, Arcadia, Cicero, Sheridan. You need to watch this line until it can move through here, as we're at now 12:15. So we still have a severe thunderstorm warning that continues here. We still want you watching this closely. Watching as we look back on the wind velocity. So this takes the rain data, and now we're looking for these areas of rotation. Nothing screaming at me right now, but as we've seen, it can change quickly. It could change right before noontime. We're going to have to kind of monitor this line southwest to northeast for the remainder of the day. Severe thunderstorm warning continues. We still have a severe thunderstorm warning over Kokomo, includes Greentown, a couple of areas that were hit from the Friday storms. So it's possible that we could get some 60+ mile per hour gust here. Let's go ahead and let's show the radar into motion over the last 15 minutes. There's still going to be some daytime heating on the eastern and southeastern corner of the state. So we can't say, we just can't do the all clear until this line can move through. But it looks like that is going to happen rather, I'd say in the next couple of hours. The threat for severe weather will start to diminish over Indianapolis. But until that happens, on the leading flank of this storm line and points to the east, it is fair game for us to get some additional areas of rotation and some pockets of wind damage. But we're starting to already see the tornado watch being canceled behind this line, and that is a trend, Kelly, that will continue here. So thankfully, it is not it's a bit of a different setup than last Friday here. We just got to hang in here tight for another 2 or 3 hours before this thing can move out into Ohio, and then we kind of shut the severe weather threat for us, shut it down.
Right, and that's what we were really hoping for. We were hoping that it just would fall apart as we had this area here to our east. This area we were hoping that would steal a lot of the energy from this line, as this line actually has moved in faster than what we thought even yesterday afternoon. Last night things started to come in and we realized it was actually going to come in a little bit faster, and we were hoping that this first round would steal a lot of this second round. So unfortunately we've still had some of these warnings popping up, and this is still a pretty decent line, and we're still saying not out of the woods. Not a lot of lightning, still working with some instability within this. But let me go ahead and do a time of arrival, and I'll do a long one here stretching all the way from the north to the south. And I'm going to have this go to the northeast, what these storms are pushing off to the northeast, and they're moving at about 55 miles per hour. Let me back this down a little bit. This is still going to take in a lot of people here. So if you're in Worthington, it's going to be there in 1 minute. Atlanta, 1 minute. Freedom, 3 minutes. Actually, and now they're updating as we've got the latest scan here. Plainfield, 3 minutes. Arcadia, 4 minutes. 6 minutes arrival time if you're in Meridian Hills, excuse me, Speedway, Huntington, Carmel, and Wendell. All coming at you in about 6 minutes. Also at the Speedway, the track, going to see the storm system moving in about 6 minutes. As Gosport, 7 minutes. We know Gosport had some strong storms even last week. I'll go ahead and clear this off for you. But again, that's where we want you to still go ahead and take shelter. If you are watching us on your app, perhaps you've been hanging outside, get into shelter now, despite the fact there may not be a warning out there for you necessarily. These are still going to be very gusty winds. We have very strong winds at the surface, and we still have a couple of warnings still in place right now. And this area here in Howard County, unfortunately, was hit over Friday night, and now we're getting another storm moving in here for today. So this is until 12:30. So we have about 11 more minutes until this one is allowed to expire. But this does include portions of Greentown heading towards Sims, and all this pushing off to the northeast. Could have some hail with this, perhaps pea-size hail within these storms. Kokomo, you're out of it. Galveston, you're out of it. You're clear if you're in those areas. And Bunker Hill, already seeing the tail end of that line. So Bunker Hill, you're in better shape, still has some heavy downpours out of that. But again, all pushing off to the northeast. And this one will be allowed to, extended until 12:30 at this point. And we'll see if they extend it farther into east central Indiana. Sliding down a little bit farther south here, we have this warning for now Hamilton County that has been extended, and it extends from really just south of Sheridan all the way down just north of Brownsburg into Hendricks County. So Hendricks County into Boone County into Hamilton County. This is a stronger line of storms. Now, it's a severe thunderstorm warning. Doesn't mean that we can't have some rotation within the storm, but likely very strong gusty winds in excess of 60, perhaps 70 miles per hour. And again, they are moving very quickly at about 55 to 60 miles per hour off to the northeast. So it will be a fast mover. Whitestown, it's over you right now. Sheridan, you are just really south of where this polygon is. However, you're still going to see a brunt of a pretty strong storm in the Sheridan area. So we'll slide here a little bit farther south of this area. If you live in Big Springs area, it's knocking on your door. Get to your safe place with this one. Northfield, Edgewood Estates, heading towards Zionsville here in Boone County. This is the area that we're watching out for. The straight line winds are perhaps very strong along the leading edge of this. We could see a little bit of rotation, but right now the National Weather Service is not seeing it. And we haven't seen a lot of strong rotation within these storms, thankfully. Yeah, so we are out of the tornado warning, but we still have the severe thunderstorm warnings that are in effect. Just to recap quickly here, Hamilton, Boone, and Hendricks County, you are in that until 12:30. And then the one for Howard County in effect until 12:30 as well. So please stay tuned. We're going to have much more, and we'll continue to follow this line of storms all the way until it is all said and done. We'll be right back.
You've got less than 15 minutes to be in the safest part of your home, and we encourage you to get there now.
When the unthinkable happens.
It's just devastating. Everything that has been here all these years is just gone.
That's when the Hoosier spirit shines brightest.
People were dropping off just carloads and truckloads of donations all day long.
People would just show up. You know, what can I do to help?
You can lend a hand to help your neighbors in the weeks and months ahead. Make a $10 donation now by texting Red Cross to 90999.
We are Service Plus.
Heating, cooling, and plumbing. Great news! It's free furnace season here at Service Plus. We're including the furnace for absolutely free with the purchase of an air conditioning system. Call to book your free estimate today or go online at serviceplusnow.com.
Let's shine by seeing the best in all of us and by looking out for everyone's well-being. Let's shine by staying true to ourselves while surging toward the future. Let's shine with the best care possible, and by treating you here, right in your hometown. Let's look out for each other. Let's stay healthy. Let's shine together.
Why call Vaughn Wamsley after an accident? Because Vaughn knows what it's like to be seriously injured. Chris sustained a traumatic brain injury when a truck hit his motorcycle. His family called Vaughn from the hospital. Chris needed specialized brain therapy, so Vaughn moved him to a leading neurotrauma center, then shut down a freeway on-ramp to conduct a forensic investigation. The result? Chris was taken care of for life. Let Vaughn take care of you. Call Vaughn Wamsley, 800-850-5054.
Explore a captivating, influential, and impactful view of America
through the lens of an iconic documentary photographer. See Changing Views, the photography of Dorothea Lange, now at the Eiteljorg Museum.
Want to put your little tax deductions to work? We got some tricks in our tool belt. 50 Floor now has the newest hardwood, tile, laminate, luxury vinyl, and carpet. 50 Floor brings hundreds of samples to your home to see in your own light. 50 Floor will do all the heavy lifting for you, and they can get most jobs done in a day. They'll even clean up afterwards. Call today to get 60% off new floors. 50 Floor is home improvement. Done right.
770-50 Floor. Pick up the phone, we'll be knocking at your door. We are Service Plus.
Heating, cooling, and plumbing. Great news, it's free furnace season here at Service Plus. We're including the furnace for absolutely free with the purchase of an air conditioning system. Call to book your free estimate today or go online at serviceplusnow.com.
13 News is sponsored by Godby Home Furnishings.
Well, the time is now 12:25. I'm Anne-Marie Tiernan, and you've been watching WTHR live coverage of the storms that have been moving in the area here at noon. Severe storms all day are on the forecast, and right now, well, there's some impact. Thousands of people are without power at this hour across Indiana. We put this map together for you to see the latest numbers from the biggest local power companies. Duke Energy, AES, Indiana Michigan Power, all reporting outages right now. This is this storm system that included a tornado warning, was issued just about 23 minutes ago. Sean Ash, Kelly Green, our meteorologist here live in studio, watching that weather system move in from Montgomery into Boone counties that just expired right now. Tell us the latest risk to residents.
Well, we still think there might be some rotation within these storms. We have this strong squall line that's moving across the area, some embedded rotation very possible, but we know that winds are going to be the biggest threat today because of the strong winds we have at the surface. With this area of low pressure, it is going to continue to ramp up those winds, and then we have that potential rotation within the storms, especially Boone County right now, where we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect.
Well, we've been watching that area there of Lebanon and Whitestown and Zionsville right now. Is that the area that you would say are the hot spots?
Yes, definitely. And we still have a tornado watch in effect until 5 p.m. We really think West Central Indiana, those will likely be allowed to expire here shortly. But taking a look right now at radar, this is our current look here on live Doppler 13 radar. We have these storms that are continuing to quickly move off to the northeast, and we do have the rotation that we had earlier, as Ann just mentioned. Zooming in here a little bit closer, we still have a a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 12:30 for Howard County, sliding a little bit farther south of this area, in effect for Hamilton County, as well as Boone County and Hendricks County. So all of this pushing off to the northeast. This one in effect now extended until 1 p.m. as it will likely have impacts now into Madison County as well. Again, these are moving very quickly at 55 to 60 miles per hour. That's why the National Weather Service is extending these far out, because we know that these are indicative of some very strong winds, especially on the leading edge of those storms. Now, temperatures are very warm at this hour, 68 degrees. We've basically been hovering in the upper 60s, low 70s all morning long. But behind the cold front, that's where we're starting to see the big changes moving in. Lafayette down to 62 degrees right now. Kokomo at 63, 65 now in Greencastle. These areas all behind the cold front. So that cooler air already flowing in. We're going to see big changes, pretty drastic changes all across central Indiana. We still have a lot of moisture though. A lot of moisture, a lot of good ingredients for these storms to work with dew points in the low to mid 60s. This is more indicative of a May or late May kind of scenario where we have this good setup of a lot of moisture with this and good dynamics. So here's a look at future track. This is going to show you this line of storms that continues to move off to the northeast. It's a little slow. We do think it's going to go a little faster than this. Most of this is going to be out of here closer to 4 o'clock this afternoon with the speeds that they have been moving. The models are having a hard time really ingesting the information and putting it out there. But once we get through that squall line, things will start to take shape and be much better off as we go into the evening hours tonight. Rainfall potential could see some very heavy downpours within some of these storm cells, and they could be anywhere from a couple tenths of an inch to over a half an inch of rain. The good news is because they're moving so fast, we likely won't see some of those heavier storms, but nonetheless, strong to severe thunderstorms likely throughout the afternoon. We're going to keep you covered here. Sean Ash is with me as well. We've got you covered throughout the afternoon with any severe weather as well as rotation that could cause some tornadoes. But temperatures will quickly fall behind that cold front. Temperatures this afternoon will continue to fall down to eventually 41 degrees. Cooler, drier air returns on Thursday. Temperatures climb into those mid-50s. As we go into Friday, highs in the upper 50s, closer to average. But this weekend, holiday weekend, looks terrific for Easter holiday weekend. Temperatures will be in those low to mid 60s all weekend long. Let's go ahead and take one more look here. We'll go back to radar and just give you another update here. We do have these severe thunderstorm warnings in effect, and it's going to be knocking on the door in Marion County, but doesn't look to be as intense with this line that is just south of Zionsville. You can see this area. I'll go ahead and circle it for you, but this is the area that's going to be having some impacts here very shortly into Marion County. Really don't think that's going to have as much impact. Nonetheless, we're going to watch this and we'll keep you updated on any severe weather that moves into your area.
Yeah, always gets our attention when there's red on radar. Thanks so much, Kelly. We want to make sure that you are severe weather aware today as the weather moves through central Indiana and continues to march off to the east over the next couple of hours. Make sure you're armed right now with the Live Doppler 13 weather app. This will allow you to get push alerts, warnings, and live radar wherever you are. That way you and your loved ones and your family can be prepared, get to a safe place, and make sure you stay safe and weather aware today. If you don't have it yet, go to your phone's app store and you can download it there. It is free. We do have reports of damage in Hendricks County. Karen Campbell is headed out to the west side, and we hope to bring you that live coverage as our news continues today at noon. We'll be right back.
13 News is sponsored by Ray Skillman Automotive.
Let's shine by seeing the best in all of us and by treating you here, right in your hometown. Let's look out for each other. Let's stay healthy. Let's shine together.
I'm Jefferson Shreve. I grew up in Perry Township on the south side. I've stayed pretty close to home. Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm a native. The first part of my life was focused on growing a business. In doing that, I've done some good, employed quite a few people. I think sadly, we've had better, shinier, happier days in our past, and boy, we could get some great things done if we have strong leadership. It begins and ends with leadership. I'm Republican Jefferson Shreve, and I need your vote for mayor of Indianapolis.
Not all lawyers are the same. If you've been injured for any reason, don't take a chance with your injury case. Call Ken Nunn first. He knows how to fight insurance companies and win.
Call me. It's just that easy.
Call 1-800-CALL-KEN.
Why does We Grow Hair Indy have the best hair transplant results? Because we have the best technology.
It's amazing how natural they made that hairline. There's an art to it. And these guys are really good at it.
Having that strong hairline again completely changes the way you see yourself. It makes a huge difference.
This is what I look like 12 months ago, okay? Now look at this. Unbelievable. I knew it'd be good. I didn't know it was going to be great.
A lot of people think the crown cannot be transplanted. It's actually an area of specialty for us with our multi-unit hair grafting.
This is a guy that was, not feeling himself at the time. I'm more confident, I'm more happy, I feel better about myself.
It is amazing. I mean, just look at this. I'm not even the same person.
Call 888-724-5129 or go to WeGrowHairIndy.com, the gold standard in hair restoration.
Let's shine by seeing the best in all of us and by looking out for each other. Let's stay healthy. Let's shine together.
Spring weather in central Indiana. Boy, I have seen it all. This is the time of year when anything can happen.
I've tracked tornadoes on the ground.
There's a tornado on the ground. We're watching it right now. Storms that knocked out power to thousands of homes.
Record snow in April, that was just 2 years ago.
Look, 13 News is going to update you through this season the way we always have, leading you through spring, safe and prepared.
Trust the leader.
We want to turn now to some news that's making headlines at this hour. Police are thanking right now a Good Samaritan for trying to save a person who was shot on Indy's northeast side. It happened around 4:30 this morning that police were called to this gas station that's located on Pendleton Pike that's near North Midhofer in Lawrence, northeast of downtown. IMPD says a Good Samaritan found the male victim a few miles away on Mount Vernon Court and then drove him to this particular gas station to get some help. That's where Lawrence medics got him, transported him to the hospital. He did die shortly after, and now they're relying on that Good Samaritan for help in solving and proceeding with the investigation.
I can't stress enough, thank you to that Good Samaritan for stepping in when someone needed it the most.
No suspect information. Homicide detectives are trying to figure out what led up to the incident and how that Good Samaritan found the victim. Our coverage continues right after this.
Once upon a time,
This shower water is freezing! Someone call the Prince of Plumbing!
By royal decree, hot water shall be fixed today.
Hot water today, or it's you we pay. CartersMyPlumber.com.
Protect your home and save with 11% off everything at Menards. Your roof is the first line of defense against the elements. Shingles protect your home and impact its curb appeal. Owens Corning architectural shingles can withstand up to 130-mile-per-hour winds and have a limited lifetime warranty. Available in over 60 styles. You'll have big dreams for your home. Choose Owens Corning shingles. All 11% off right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. My husband was coming home from work when a truck driver ran him off the highway. I called Ken Nunn, and they actually met us at the hospital. They were no match for Ken Nunn. He knows trucking cases and got my husband a life-changing settlement.
It's a brand new day.
Don't let junk get in the way.
All you have to do is point.
And you'll be back to your old self again.
Yeah!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Why pay more in taxes if you don't have to? I'm Alexander Joyce, CEO of Rejoice Financial. Our certified tax advisors have a few openings remaining on their schedule and are offering tax analysis, preparation, and filing of your personal and business taxes starting at $199. Give us a call, come in, and spend some time with one of our certified tax advisors. We'll work to make sure you're getting all the deductions and credits you're owed. It's your money. Spend it on your priorities. Don't delay. Reach out today.
I'm Hal Fry, president of Fry Electric. Some electrical companies charge twice as much as we do. At Fry Electric, we specialize in residential and commercial service, ceiling fans, outlets, and switches. At Fry Electric, we can fix it fast for a lot less money.
Dude, what are you doing? I'm protecting my car. That's too much work. WeatherTech is so much easier. Laser measured floor liners up here, seat protector and cargo liner back there. Nice. Out here, side window deflectors and mud flaps and the bump step to keep the bumper dent free. Cool. It's the best protection for your vehicle, new or pre-owned. Great, but where do I order? WeatherTech.com.
once upon a time,
This shower water is freezing! Someone call the Prince of Plumbing!
By royal decree, hot water shall be fixed today.
Hot water today, or it's you we pay. CartersMyPlumber.com.
We do have an update for those of you that are living right now in the Grant County area, or if you happen to be in that area right now as the storms are moving through. We are learning from the Swayze County scanner page that on Facebook that they're reporting that the weather sirens there are not working right now. What they have are crews that are driving around in their apparatus and trying to notify of a storm risk there. So when we're talking about Grant County, we're talking about Marion, we're talking about Upland, Van Buren, Swayze to the west. These are areas right now where if a storm comes through and there is the interest in sounding the alarm, those sirens will not be working. So do not be relying on that. You may be hearing some firefighters or some other official emergency crews coming down the streets, blaring a siren. But that's why it's also important to make sure that you've got the 13 weather app and that you're tuned into our weather team like Kelly Green and Sean Ash right now that are monitoring the situation and the storms that have had a tornado warning within the last half hour right here in central Indiana, Kelly.
Yes, and I'm glad you brought that up about Grant County because that is a big deal. Regardless if there is a tornado warning or a severe thunderstorm warning, Grant County, we really do want to get you into your safe spot because this line is a very strong line. We do have Madison County outlined for a severe thunderstorm warning right now until 1 o'clock this afternoon, sliding a little farther south of that area. Tipton County into Madison County. We also have Hamilton County and as well as another part of Madison County in effect. Okay, so this is a very long stretch of strong storms, but really the strongest part is going to be north of Indianapolis and points all the way up to Grant County. So we're concerned about that area. And we have warning sirens. Sometimes the EMAs will put them out for severe thunderstorm warnings. You're supposed to hear them outside. Perhaps they just do it for tornado warnings. Either way, if you hear warnings, please get to your safe spot and turn us up as loud as you can, and we'll continue to clear areas. West Central Indiana, you are cleared of some of these stronger storms, but we still have the tornado watch in effect until 5 o'clock. We'll keep you updated here. Ann?
3 Floor, it's easy to replace your old, worn-out floors. We bring the store to you. Plus, we'll move your furniture and put it back when we're done. With easy financing and a low monthly payment, you'll get the floor you want at a price you'll love. Call 844-REFLOOR now.
When the phone rings here at our office, people are often calling us on the worst day of their lives. It is our job to make sure all the problems and the stress is taken off of your shoulders.
I was hurt, I couldn't work, and it was stressful. But after I called the Ken Nunn Law Office, everything got a lot easier.
Everything really was just that easy.
They didn't stop fighting until I got the settlement I deserved.
All you have to do is call. It's just that easy.
Call 1-800-CALL-KEN.
Keep the excitement of the NBA season rolling with FanDuel. New customers get a no-sweat first bet and get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win, which is truly a thing of beauty. Make every moment more with FanDuel.
Don't let heart disease get in the way of this. There's only one you. And she knows it. Learn more about our nationally recognized heart care team. Or to get a second opinion, visit franciscanhealth.org/heartcare.
Hi, I'm Tom Blackburn, the man with the bike. Please look at least twice for a motorcycle before pulling out or turning. An extra second can save a life.
Don't delay. Call Tom Blackburn, the man with the bike, for help today.
Spring is in the air, so isn't it time to refresh your home's look? During Godby Home Furnishings Spring Sale, we've got a huge amount of inventory in stock and ready to be delivered. Save 50% off retail on Flex Steel, Hickory Craft, Cannondale, and Weinsberg, and 15% off everything else in the store. And all outdoor furniture is on sale too. Plus, with your mattress purchase, get a free foundation or save big on an adjustable base. The annual spring sale is going on now. Come see us at Godby Home Furnishings.
Replace your old floors in just 1 day with ReFloor. Get no interest and no payments for 1 year. We'll beat any competitor's offer. Plus, guarantee your floors for life. And if you call 844-ReFloor today, installation is absolutely free.
13 News is sponsored by Aware Recovery Care of Indiana.
It's 12:42 and we're continuing to follow severe weather moving across central Indiana. Checking in now live with Karen Campbell, who's on the west side in Avon. What's it like out there in Hendricks County right now, Karen?
Hey, and just about less than 10 minutes ago, the rain started coming down here right off of US 36. We are close to the Avon Police Department. As we were traveling up towards Avon, we noticed, of course, the skies had had cleared, right? Then we saw this big, huge, dark cloud that started hovering over the sky, almost very ominous looking, that lasted just a short minute before the rain and the wind just started picking up here. Now, I mentioned we were on our way to the Avon area. We want to show you some video that we shot. We know there are several people, thousands of people around central Indiana that are without power. We were driving in the town of Belleville, which is just a little south of Clayton, and we saw, there were people without power. There's an intersection there, stoplights, that's what some of the drivers had to go through today. Again, just traveling around central Indiana, dealing with the weather conditions that we have. And we heard Kelly mentioned today, stay in your homes, and take shelter, because you never know what this storm can produce. And again, we are here in Avon. The rain has started to lighten up a little bit, but again, as I mentioned, there were these ominous clouds hovering above us, which made it appear like the storm was going to be very, very, very severe. But again, the rain has sort of subsided, slowed down just a little bit. The winds are not I would say, as strong as they were, again, just a few minutes ago. So again, that's what we have here from Avon, and I'll send it back to you.
All right, Karen, thanks to you and your photographer for keeping the lens clean. Of course, make sure you're safe as you're out and about gathering the coverage for us today. We'll check back later. Meantime, as this risk of severe weather today stays in effect for the next couple of hours, make sure that you have the latest weather information with you wherever you go. By things you can watch the live Doppler 13 radar, see that storm track to where you or your family members may be. That way you can be prepared and get to a safe spot in time. It is free. You can find it in your device's app store. Our live coverage continues right after this.
13 News is sponsored by Ashley Home Store.
I take that route every day.
Never in a million years.
It wasn't my fault.
Seriously injured? It happens. Hire Hensley. 888-HENSLEY.
Replacing that old, hard-to-clean tub or installing a new, safer walk-in shower with LJ Stone is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
1. The first 50 customers will receive a free rain shower spa. 2. With our easy financing, pay as little as $99 per month. And 3. Call by 7 p.m. today and you will qualify for a $1,000 savings off your new bath or shower.
Free shower spa, easy financing, and $1,000 off your new bath or shower, but only if you call today by 7 p.m.
Sewer line problems? Don't dig up your yard. Go with the Flow, New Flow. We fix pipes once and for all, with no mess and no digging, saving you more time and money than traditional sewer line repair. When you've got no flow, call New Flow. Learn more at newflowindy.com.
Ken Nunn is a real Indiana fighter who always fights for the big check. Just remember, the lawyer who cuts corners can end up costing you a lot of money. Call Ken Nunn.
Over $1 billion collected for our clients.
Contaminated meds took Carrie's vision and her hope. A shooting stole Ray's sight and his dreams. To those who experience it, vision loss is devastating. But the programs of Bosma's Center for Visionary Solutions offer a return to independence. Without your help, though, those programs can't continue. If you act now, you can double the impact of your gift to the Bosma Visionary Opportunities Foundation. Change lives today at bosma.org/donate.
Injured in a car accident? It happens. Hire Hensley. Blindsided on a motorcycle? It happens. Hire Hensley. Accident involving a semi? It happens. Hire Hensley. Hensley Legal Group. Call 888-HENSLEY.
If I don't treat this, what will happen? Paralysis. I don't want the surgery. We can't force the surgery on him.
Are you looking for me?
Sure am.
We are going to make this case without getting burned.
I do not know where we're going. I'm completely naked out here. Your time is coming, madam.
12:48 right now, and we want to show you some images that just came into the WTHR newsroom of the storm system. Authorities say that a tornado swept through southeastern Missouri just before dawn, and this storm killed at least 4 people. We don't have video of that right there. I misspoke. I apologize for that. But we want to let you know that that same system is the same one that is headed our way. Missouri State Highway Patrol said the death toll might rise there as crews sift through the damage and some of the destroyed homes. The area impacted right now is about 50 miles south of St. Louis. So if you have loved ones in that area, you might want to check in with them right now. Kelly's been tracking that system as it poses a threat for us here in Indiana. Kelly.
Thanks, Ann. Well, yes, we've been watching this strong line of storms. Ahead of it, we had the first round. It's still making its way across east central Indiana, but this is the main line ahead of the cold front that we had a feeling would be pretty strong, and that's how it's shaking out this morning into the afternoon. Do want to give you the heads up. We've been talking about Grant County, and we now understand that the warning sirens are not working in that area. This area was worked over by some storms on Friday evening, and we know that this area could have some rotation with it. So if you are in this area in Marion, Gas City, Upland, Van Buren, please get to your safe spot right now. While this is not a warned storm right now, it has had some rotation with it. Sean and I have been watching this one, so we have some concerns with it. We also have some possible rotation. Really, this area, it's kind of bowing out a little bit, so certainly some strong winds on the leading edge from Fairmont, Summitville, and all the way down to Alexandria, and this is in effect until 1 o'clock. We'll come back with much more. We'll be right back.
Next Access Daily.
From the Universal Orlando Resort.
Unbelievable. It's a Ted Lasso takeover.
Season 3 secrets from the show's scene stealers.
Next Access Daily.
Today at 2 on Channel 13.
It's one of the original traditions of the month of May, a grand spectacle on the streets of Indy, the AES 500 Festival Parade. Be there for the bands, the balloons, the floats, the fun. Get your tickets now at 500festival.com/parade.
We are Service Plus.
Heating, cooling, and plumbing. Clogged drains? Backed up toilets, tubs, and showers? It may be that your home's main drain needs attention. Call Service Plus today for our $79 drain cleaning special. Give us a call or go online at serviceplusnow.com.
Meet a doctor who connects all the dots. Oftentimes, people with low back pain, knee pain, or hip pain don't even recognize that it's actually coming from their feet. Their feet? For real? Absolutely, 100%. It can have a domino effect because their foot and their ankle aren't supported properly. Their whole body is out of whack. Getting back into whack? Good Feet arch supports could help. Keeping your body in good alignment, that can go a long way.
See what we can do for you with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
That's Faber's Bean Window. Trust me.
Over 40 years, 80,000 Indiana families have trusted their home to be Window. Help us celebrate our 40-year anniversary with 40% savings on all of our products, plus manufacturer's rebates, and 20 months, no interest, no payments. Go to BeWindow.com.
That's Faber's Bean Window. Trust me.
I'm Jefferson Shreve. I grew up in Perry Township on the south side. I've stayed pretty close to home. Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm a native. The first part of my life was focused on growing a business. In doing that, I've done some good, employed quite a few people. I think sadly, we've had better, shinier, happier days in our past, and boy, we could get some great things done if we have strong leadership. It begins and ends with leadership. I'm Republican Jefferson Shreve, and I need your vote for mayor of Indianapolis.
It just keeps getting worse.
Well, that was too close.
It really ruined everything.
This was it?
I understand. The effects of water can be surprising. Mold feeding on moisture in your crawl space, flooded basements, uneven concrete, and shifting foundations. But it's okay. We got it.
Oh.
At Indiana Foundation Service, we'll do a complete home inspection for free, so you can put water back in its place. Schedule a free home inspection today.
We are Service Plus.
Heating, cooling, and plumbing. Clogged drains? Backed up toilets, tubs, and showers? It may be that your home's main drain needs attention. Call Service Plus today for our $79 drain cleaning special. Give us a call or go online at serviceplusnow.com.
We've been talking about high winds moving through Boone County northwest of downtown, and now we get this alert, these images that come in from the Lebanon Police Department showing us two semis that are on their sides. This is in the northbound lanes of I-65 near mile marker 133. So if you are expected to travel along this area, please take an alternate route. They do expect that this closure in the northbound lanes of I-65 will be in effect for the next several hours as they work to right those trucks, and we don't know what their loads are. We don't know if there's been any injuries because of this incident. But boy, Kelly, you were talking about this fast-moving storm coming really, I mean, when you look at that line from Sullivan County, southwest of Terre Haute, all the way up to Fort Wayne, Allen County, and then you can see that I-65 corridor right in that area. And you were concerned about some of the rotation that you saw there.
Right. We knew that there were strong winds even outside of any severe storms today, but that area in Boone County got hit just before 12 noon today. So that is what we're going to be watching out for. Also want to give you the heads up, if you are in Gas City, Marion, Grant County, this area, we're showing a live look here. We do have the storms moving into this area. I-69 is going to have some impacts along this area, but this area in Grant County, no warning sirens that are working right now. Of course, this area was hit pretty badly on Friday night in Swayze. So please get to your safe spot if you're in Grant County right now, and I'll show you why. Here's the strong storm. Now, it's not warned right now. However, we still know that it is packing in some very strong winds, especially on the leading edge. We could have some embedded tornado rotation within this line. It is not warned. However, south of that area, we do have a warned storm. This one in effect for Madison County until 1 o'clock, heading over Summitsville, Alexandria, and heading towards Gaston here very shortly. They're moving about 55 miles per hour. Hamilton County under this warning also until 1 o'clock. So in the next 6 minutes, we'll be watching for these storms to continue to march off to the northeast. And here's another one right over the Music Center here in Hamilton County. It's starting to weaken. That is some good news with this. However, it is still under a warning in this box. It stretches all the way into Madison County. Pendleton, you may be going into a warning here shortly. Little farther southwest of this area, and this is in Marion County. We are having heavy rain, no lightning right now, but nonetheless, we're still seeing some heavy rain out of this storm system. And of course, we have those warnings to the north of Indianapolis, and that stretch is all with this very long line that Ann just mentioned from Fort Wayne all the way down to Sullivan County, where these storms are ahead of that cold front, and it continues to push off to the northeast, moving about 50 to 55 miles per hour. The temperatures behind the cold front really dropping. We're down to 61 degrees in Kokomo, 62 in Lafayette, as well as Greencastle. On the east side of it, still very warm, 70 in Richmond, 69 in Muncie, 70 in Shelbyville. Dew points are still sticky in those upper 50s and low 60s. Future Track having a tough time with this one. It has to initiate all of the data that's currently happening, and it's happening so fast that the model data is lagging a bit. So keep this in mind with a little grain of salt. This is the line that's going to continue to move through. We think it's going to move through a little bit faster than this. Should be out of here by about 4 o'clock this afternoon, and those temperatures are going to start dropping behind the cold front. As it does, this system moves on out of here. Likely by 5 o'clock this evening, we will be severe storm free. Now, as far as rain potential goes, we could see some heavier downpours. We still have some rain on the backside of that cold front that's still going to bring us some downpours here and there, but nonetheless, some heavier downpours could bring us over an inch of rain in some spots. Most areas will pick up a couple tenths of an inch of rain. Strong to severe thunderstorms. We're going to continue to monitor. Sean Ash is with me in the Weather Center. We're monitoring radar, making sure that if there is any rotation, we'll be on to let you know throughout the afternoon. Temperatures will be falling eventually into those upper 50s. Oh yeah, we also have a wind advisory. This is in effect until 8 p.m. So outside of any severe storms, we're going to see 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts, which we've already had all morning into the early afternoon. So please stay weather aware. This is one of those days where we have just all the prime ingredients for these strong storms. Temperatures are falling. Severe weather is happening. Please Pay attention and be weather aware. 54 degrees though, much better for Thursday. We're going to be back to near normal on Thursday afternoon. Friday we start to warm up a bit. This weekend for holiday Easter weekend, it is going to be beautiful. Temperatures will be back into the low to mid 60s under sunny skies, Ann.
All right, and to recap right now, there's a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Blackford and Grant counties until 1:45. Also avoid I-65 north in Lebanon because there are 2 semis that are blocking the roadway. You do want to reroute. That's the latest now. We'll keep you updated on all our platforms here on 13.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Tom Wood Honda in Anderson.
You've got less than 15 minutes to be in the safest part of your home, and we encourage you to.
When the Hoosier spirit shines brightest.
People were dropping off just carloads and truckloads of donations all day long.
People would just show